6:24, we're saying hello to Brett Blackwell, BT's wealth advisor. That is real orange juice. It's fresh orange juice, and it's here for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's delicious. Tropicana, brighter mornings, brighter days, et cetera, et cetera. You understand a good endorsement. We're talking about Bitcoin today, and this is a perfect time to have our wealth advisor check in on this because we're trying to make sense of whether or not this is an incredible investment opportunity or potentially a huge thing that's going to have the whole bottom fall out underneath it.
I think some of the smartest people in the world in finance are trying to figure out that same question right now, and it's kind of emerged out of nowhere. It's definitely caught the imagination of the world, and it's probably the most exciting story in finance that I've seen in my 23 years.
Okay, so sort of old school thinking. You can invest in gold, you can invest in foreign currency, you can invest with the American dollar, whatever you want to do, stocks or bonds or whatever.
Yeah.
With Bitcoin, it's an online currency, but it's not tied to any Federal Reserve. It's not backed by any assets. First of all, is this a decent investment to consider?
I think it's a speculative investment. And I think, we were talking about this in the green room, is this the emergence of a new world currency or the world's largest giant Ponzi scheme?
Yeah.
And, I don't think anyone knows at this point. It's really going to come down to confidence, right? People use the US dollar all around the world because they're confident in it. And if that confidence continues to grow, it could become it already is a viable. There's a restaurant in Edmonton that accepts Bitcoins.
How do people buy Bitcoin? How do you spend Bitcoin? I mean, are you, when you're talking to people about looking at making investments and people are looking at talking to traders in the stock market, we can't get into all of it, but I mean, how do people even buy Bitcoin in the first? Are you looking at it?
Yeah, I am actually. And let me ask you this, how do you buy Mexican pesos? How do you buy euros?
Yeah, I guess on, I don't know, I don't do it.
No.
I go to I'll go to a situation like a teller, I'll go to my personal bank if I need to buy American dollars, but I've never been one that's going to invest $10,000 in a foreign currency.
Yeah, so you can buy Bitcoin. There's an ATM actually already in Vancouver, I believe.
So physical.
You have to go to
Bitcoin?
a specialized Bitcoin dealer. It's online, and you would hold it in a wallet on your phone or your computer.
Yeah.
So it's a digital wallet. But think about it. You pay with Interact all the time. You don't actually have any cash transacting, but are you confident in it? Do you know it works?
I guess. Yeah, I mean, of
you
course
don't even
we
think
are, but
twice
at the
about
same
it, right?
time, I know that my bank has given its stamp to my internet account that guarantees it. With Bitcoin, it seems like it's not there, but from an investment standpoint, what we can't ignore is that back in July, this was what $10 or $15? The other day, it topped $1,200. It's now since settled just a little bit below $1,000. I mean, the rate of return for those that would have invested in Bitcoin is huge.
Yeah, I read a new term called Bitcoiners, and this emergence of a new group of millionaires in Silicon Valley based on Bitcoin. Because this is actually a Silicon Valley currency, and I guess it was only a matter of time before they invented that too, right? So, it's really interesting, and I think the advantage is it emerged as an online payment system with no transaction fees. It was very secure, so it has a really good foundation. But the interesting thing is there's a finite number of Bitcoins that will be created. There's a formula out there. Right now there's about 12 million of these things, and there will ultimately be only 21 million, so they're going to cap the number of Bitcoins, and that's why it's acting also as an investment. And you think about it, people they don't believe in the US dollar, so they put money into gold. That's just an alternative currency. But gold is not very money-ish. In other words, you can't go in with a gold coin to Starbucks and say, hey, can I buy my coffee with that? Yeah. They'll probably take it, but they won't give you any change, right? I was going to say,
the barista better take it if they know it's good for them.
I can't give you any change on this $1,000 going.
Yeah, the U.S. Senate committee hearing last month was big. That was when the Department of Justice declared Bitcoin as a legal means of exchange. That legitimized it, didn't it?
Yeah, but then the Chinese government comes out and they say we're not going to allow our financial institute. And look, anything new, anything emerging is going to scare people and excite people. And that's why I say we don't know yet. It's going to take time. But look, money is just about confidence, right? If you and I exchange some services and I can't use your service right now and you give me a little IOU, how confident am I that you're going to honor that? Or if I give it to someone else, that you're going to honor that? And that's all money is. So if people are confident in it and it works, it could be a very viable alternative currency.
Could be. Certainly gaining momentum. I can't imagine what it would be like for those that even on pure speculation bought $1,500 worth this past summer and are looking at the value of that literally 100 times at what it was. It's incredible to think about.
Look, if Bitcoin just replaces gold as an alternative, each Bitcoin would be worth $60,000.
Unbelievable. Brett Blackwell, our wealth advisor, bringing perspective all the time. It's great to see you again. You can find out more about what he does by checking out his website, brettblackwell.com. We've linked to it on ours under the Inside BT link. 6:29, Bridget and I are back with Say What next.
Your love won't pay my bills. I want money. That's what I want.
Dry cleaning services for BT provided by the Press Gallery. Love your drapery. The Press Gallery is your one-stop shop for all your window treatment care.